Alright guys, I'm not capping, this is not a drill. One of the funniest, edgiest, definitely not annoying in the slightest memes of all time is back, because you see, our beloved queen, Tuah Girl, is back. And I was starting to think we'd never get another exciting installment of Tuah ever again. And I'm not gonna lie, man, you want to see a grown man cry? Tell him he's never gonna again be able to take in the masterpiece, the pure genius that is another installment of the Tuah podcast. I, for one, wouldn't wish that upon my worst enemy. That's sort of my version of hell, my 13th reason, if you will. But yes, Tuah Girl, she's back. But in a rather unorthodox way. It's kind of weird. You see, a recent podcast episode that was not supposed to be greenlit somehow got greenlit. And man, do we have a lot to talk about. So yeah, let's roll this shit. I'm sure it'll be oh so educational, as always. So, like I said, the episode was leaked and snippets are now being shared to Twitter, and let's just say it's pretty sad. I'm not going to spoil it, though. Y'all got to see it for y'allselves.
I want to start by saying thank you to all my true fans and all the people that actually watch my stuff and they keep up with me.
Yeah, I'm going to need to know who those individuals are. I'm going to need names, addresses, social security numbers, IP addresses. We got to figure out who the fuck it is that's tuning into the new Tuah podcast every week, because this shit is just sad. This is some of the most brain rot slop that you can consume on the internet. I mean, look at this and tell me that she has genuine people watching this. I think you're fucking crazy.
Stop shaving your vagina hair.
Don't stop shaving your vagina hair. I don't know where the fuck Whitney's going with this. Don't stop.
No, I realized
we're gonna grow it out and put beads in it.
He was like, the sweat does have to come out somewhere, and it usually comes out in your...
And your poochie banana? What the fuck?
Hot to...
You gotta put like an emphasis on it, like tuh. Like really. Yeah. Say it. All right, all together.
Hot to.
Hot tuh.
Hot to.
Shut the fuck up. God damn.
Yeah, that's dead ass the scope of the podcast. And yeah, I'm supposed to sit here in good faith and believe that there's just hundreds of thousands of people that are tuning into this. Like, bro, come on, man. But anyway, I'm getting a little off topic. Back to the original video.
We're trying to sort out all the pieces and stuff to like get all this figured out and make everything right. Oh my god, I'm gonna cry.
No, don't cry. Don't cry.
So when I first saw this, I was like, what the fuck? How does Ricky tie into all this? What the fuck is FaZe Banks doing on the Tuah podcast? This shit is crazy. One of the anime crossovers of all time, if I do say so myself. But in case y'all don't know what it is they're talking about, what they're trying to make right, I'll quickly summarize it. So a few months back, this quirky little Disney character here got wrapped up in a crazy controversy where essentially she launched this shit coin. It was called like Hawk Coin or something, and it instantly crashed out. Surprise, surprise. Just tanked, right? And she, of course, pocketed all of the money in what has now been revealed as one of the craziest, most unexpected rug pulls of all time. So she goes on to go radio silent. Somehow by the grace of Logan Paul is able to escape this scam unscathed, avoiding all consequence, including never seeing the back of a jail cell. It's truly beyond me how that works, but she cheated people out of millions of dollars. It's a rug pull, right? So I don't know a lot about crypto, but essentially what it is you just hype the coin up, oh, this shit's gonna change the game, invest now or you're gonna miss out, create like this sense of FOMO or whatever, and then it starts raising in price because it's so hype, and then all of a sudden it starts to crash and they pull it out, right? They pull out of the operation and they pocket all the money that these idiots that donated millions threw into this coin, and these people are instantaneously out of thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars, in some instances probably even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like the whole thing is fucking ridiculous. And like I said, she goes radio silent, and then now fast forward a few months, she has FaZe Banks on with her telling her not to cry.
Don't cry. Everything's gonna be good. We're gonna be good. And guys, listen, just as a temperature check, I just want to say, the first thing that she said to me off camera was, the minute you DM'd me, I really wish I just texted you and called you. And that speaks to me because of how I was introduced to crypto, and we'll get into that. But I'm also kind of on the back end of things too. Like, their team's been very forthcoming. My team is vetting them the fuck out right now and has been for the last week. Thread Guy and Frank, they're going to be on this episode. It's such a weird blend and mash of worlds. No,
It rolled out.
Don't cry, Haley. It's fine. It's It's all going to be okay. Life is going to be okay.
Yeah, try telling that to the people who lost their entire 401k to Hawk Coin. Never could have imagined uttering something so fucking stupid, but here we are. But seriously, tell that to the people that she scammed. A couple of things I want to point out here is like, one, he's trying to explain a rather serious situation, and she's over there making these stupid ass faces, like she's playing goo goo gaga, with a baby or something. Like, even all this time later, she's still not taking this rather serious situation. Well, seriously, like, I don't think she understands just how fortunate she is to not be in cell block D with Big Bertha, eating gruel, fighting for her life every single day in prison. And that sort of segues into my next point here, her first time addressing her fans and just the internet as a whole, and she doesn't even have the balls to be the one to deliver the actual apology. She has to have some esports dude save her ass. Taking all of that into account, and I start to think, maybe she doesn't give a shit. She scammed people, she got all of her money, and she faced zero consequences, right? And I hate this whole, don't cry thing, because it's almost like they're acting like this is some little game, like it's not that big of a deal, oopsies, tee-hee, I won't rug pull my fans ever again, I won't totally fuck over my most loyal supporters. And don't get it twisted, is she entirely to blame here? Probably not. There's no way she launched this on her own without someone in her ear sort of orchestrating it all behind the scenes, and so I don't think she's entirely to blame here, because we also gotta blame the losers that bought into a fucking shitcoin in the first place. Let's get real for a second here. This coin is based off of the girl who educated us on how to suck dick. Like, I can't be the only one that understands just how crazy of a concept that is. The dick sucking girl, I'm sure she knows a lot about finance, right? And cryptocurrency. Like, who the fuck is buying into this? I don't know, but they're definitely to blame here too, don't get it twisted. But just because one has fans that are dumb enough to buy into something like this does not mean that someone is morally acceptable in doing something like this. Like, you cannot tell me that she didn't know what she was doing. You can't claim innocence at this point, because we all know what you were trying to do, right? And now they're even trying to downplay it here with this leaked podcast episode, showing her crying, tugging at the heartstrings a little bit, the whole, oh, don't cry, little girl. We know you didn't mean to, mwah, mwah, mwah. And now people are going to eat this shit up and actually buy into this bullshit. There's going to be tons of people that, see this girl crying and think, damn, she must be remorseful. She must have learned her lesson, surely she'll do something to make amends.
Well, so basically how this idea got brought to me, it was supposed to be like what do they call it, a long-term coin. And the guy that ran the account, he was like, oh, we're going to change like the way everybody thinks of crypto. Crypto is going to be a good place. And I feel really bad for all the people that got affected by it, and it just didn't go the way I planned. And all the money out of this episode is getting donated to all the animals that have been affected by the fires up here.
Oh, thank God. She's going to save the animals, guys. Whew, I guess all is good now, because, the animals are gonna be okay. I feel like a better place would be to refund your fans. I feel like that maybe would have been a better place to start, but shit, what do I know? All I can say is that at least the animals are safe. She's not a terrible person, because she's donating the money to a totally unrelated charity in wake of the LA fires. Like, give me a break. There's no way she thinks her fans are that stupid. Well, actually, come to think about it, I'm gonna take that back. Maybe she does think that they're stupid, because, after all, they bought into this in the first place, after all. But I don't know, I just want to touch upon a couple of her comments before I close the video out here. So, one, I'm pretty sure that's literally the evil superhero origin story of all crypto, that it's some long-term coin and it's going to change the game. Like, that's exactly how Logan Paul's Crypto Zoo scandal was pitched, that it was going to be like this ever-evolving game with this long-term actuality, and it was, going to change the way people look at crypto and all that, and then that just fell flat on its face, went downhill pretty quick. And so I feel like all the warning signs were there for her. I don't genuinely understand how a truly innocent individual with no ill intention couldn't see something like this coming. And I already said it before, but I find it truly hard to believe that she's so sorry, given everything we've talked about previously. How the fact that she's not taking it seriously, making these funny faces, the fact that she's just laughing along, tee-hee, no big deal, guys, we'll make it right. I don't know. I'm just not buying it. I just don't get how something like this is possible. Like just listening to her, in fact, try to formulate an apology, you can tell she knows jack shit about crypto or really anything involving this space. And you're dealing with people's money here, people's livelihoods. I don't know. This is just an awful apology all around. And another thing, I don't know why Banks would want to associate himself with this woman when FaZe is in the worst state it's ever been in, and the fact that he's not exactly the poster child for clean slates. He's had his controversies over the years himself. I won't go into that in this video, but overall, just very odd apology, terrible apology, 0 out of 10 on the stink meter, and I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about it, though. I'm a head out, I'm done yapping for now. Like the video, subscribe, all that, if you liked it. If you hated it, then leave a dislike, I don't know, but I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.